What I meant by that statement was there is very seldom a political system that's running badly that doesn't impact black women the worst. And so if you ask black women as a collective, as voters, what do you think should be done? Whatever they do, whatever they choose, will inadvertently benefit everybody else.
That makes no sense. The same way how Sunny's question made absolutely no sense as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we just had Madam Vice President Kamala Harris on the show this week. What do you think America could learn?
It is true. It's the people. And Jon Stewart recently.
Ooh, me. And now I'm here. I can do it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you. Welcome back to the table.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. I love how you say I squeezed you in. I'm always trying to squeeze myself in because I'm watching the show from home, and then there'll be topics of conversation. I'm like, ooh, me. And now I'm here. I can do it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
He's lying to them, by the way. I'm just like, sorry, we're not gonna like bye, Trevor Noah. Like he's so lying to them. He doesn't care that hard. Don't think he watches this show, but like, come on. So, but you don't have a job. Anyway, guys, this is, as usual, I do not like Trevor Noah. He's a very divisive person, and he's not even from this country to be so divisive. So anyway, you guys already know how it goes with the vile behavior, the racist behavior of The View, and it's not even. Sometimes they try to act like, oh, this is for justice, and we get to speak out, and like, why do y'all act like this? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it.
It is great to have you. It's been already 2 years since you left The Daily Show. We miss you. I want to know if you miss it, especially during an election cycle.
Yeah. So it's strange. I don't miss it at a particular time, but I miss the people and what we'll be talking about at that particular time. I mean, you know what it's like when you work on a show like this. People get to see this part of it, but the real fun and the joy comes from the collaboration that happens backstage. The conversations that you have with the staff and the team. So that's like the thing I really miss. And then the show was almost the product of what we experienced that day. That's what I miss.
We always say that here.
Well, I also can't stand his hair. And we're not going to glaze this guy. We're going to get right into it. But, it's like after 2020, I never forgot. I noticed all these details. He used to keep a low cut, and then 2020 came and it was like, he was wearing a hoodie. And he was wearing a hoodie to work for a long time. Then, of course, social justice is like, I'm not going to comb my hair. I'm going to keep it nappy. He doesn't like this look either. I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't a wig. Like, y'all just be fronting so much, bro. Like, it just gets tired. It does. It really does. But, let's go ahead and get right into it. We already see the topic du jour, black women.
I'm excited to visit.
That'll be exciting. Well, I remember you famously ended your final episode of The Daily Show paying homage to black women, especially the ones who raised and inspired you. I think we have a clip.
I tell you now, do yourself a favor. If you truly want to know what to do or how to do it, or maybe the best way or the most equitable way, talk to black women. They're a lot of the reason that I'm here, and so I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to every single one of you.
They always save the country with their votes, so we're grateful to them also.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
they always save the country with their votes, so we're grateful to them also. Here, let me just jump in and say something. They're always grateful. They save the country with their votes. Yippee! Pat on the head, black women. Go vote Democrat. Go vote Democrat, black women. Good for you. Good. Oh, okay. I mean, because like that's how it feels. Like honestly. Oh my gosh, like just give me like a week. I'm gonna be back with my face, guys. That was so annoying to hear just now.
We just had Madam Vice President Kamala Harris on the show this week. What do you think America could learn having a black female president?
Yeah, so we never did find out. Like, I'm sorry to keep cutting it off. So you understand this is in hindsight, but this is the type of delusion that made the Democrats lose.
Well, I'll be careful to prescribe certain, learnings or ideas to one person. I think it's always important to know that when I said black women.
Yes.
And I think black women as a collective have shown us many things, not just in America, but all over the world. You know, what I meant by that statement was there is very seldom a political system that's running badly that doesn't impact black women the worst. And so if you ask black women as a collective, as voters, what do you think should be done? Whatever they do, whatever they choose, will inadvertently benefit everybody else.
That makes no sense. The same way how Sunny's question made absolutely no sense as well. Okay? What he's basically saying there, though, here, let me help you out. Black women are always struggling. So if you ask them, well, how can we help the country? They're so low in their struggle that whatever they say will help other people because they're always struggling anyway. So, other people will benefit anyway. That's what those type of statements mean. Her question was dumb. He had to kind of fix it, but then he said something dumb too.
You know, and you can take this away from American politics. Like in Africa, we've seen time and time again, even when there's charitable organizations, if they give $1 to any one person, the person who stretches the dollar the most and the person where they find the dollar goes to the most people is when they give it to a black woman.
Didn't I tell you? Because they give the person the dollar, and what he's saying is she's always so broke. She knows how to take $1 and feed the whole family with it for a week. That's not an accomplishment. Like, okay, I get it, right? In times of struggle, we should not fold. We should not lose our minds and just give up and everything. Like, believe me when I tell you I get it. But it is not the high point of being a black woman. It should not be the highlight, of being black. It always goes back to the struggle. That's why they always can get you to march for nothing.
And so I think people need to understand that there's a terrible, it's a gift and a curse. The curse is that black women bear the brunt of all bad decisions. You know, black women, whether it's economical, whether it's political, they don't have a chance to mess around with a vote. They don't have a chance to have a protest vote.
Exactly.
So I think black women see their country with a clarity that most people can afford not to at times. And so that's what I mean by that. And so in this instance, I don't know what America would learn per se, because this is one black woman, but I think we're already seeing that America is going to learn a lot of its, how it views a black woman in a position of power, which some people might struggle to deal with because it comes with certain connotations for them.
That was some of the most jive talk I think I've ever heard in my, like, you want to talk about jiving. You know what I like about these people too? He clearly has a white father, right? And whatever, right? But like, I have mixed cousins, and I like, I have 2 grandfathers who are white men, right? They were great grandfathers, rather. Sorry. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, right? But at the same time, it's like, why don't you ever talk about your white father, your white side? Everything is just blessed, praise black, right? You're a product of 2 cultures, right? And then it's not praise. Well, you know why he does. I just, because it's all gaslighting. So yeah, it's like, why would you bring your dad into? You know what I mean? I get it.
You, Joy.
So Trump and the right have been ramping up their attacks on immigrants, which you are one, right?
I like how you said, like you're putting a target on my back. And you are one, Trevor.
I am once removed, that's all. Once removed. He's blaming them for everything. Oh, yeah, the scapegoating has begun. He's blaming them for violent crime, which the crime rate is down. Housing costs, which Kamala has a program to fix that. He's saying that these immigrants are eating the cats and dogs. That is one of the dumbest things he's ever said. So as an immigrant from South Africa yourself, give me your reaction to being scapegoated.
Before he gives a reaction, okay, that wasn't his fault to come at Haitians eating cats when that was perpetuated all over the news, okay? Obviously, this was not happening. The person who put out the story, the person wasn't even Haitian. This was a big fiasco that I couldn't believe that I was like, wow, this news travels fast, but it is what it is. Like, I got over it real quick. But the point is, minus all of that, I love when they say, well, crime is down. Crime can be down, but if a person's not supposed to be here and they commit a crime, the person who got affected from that crime shouldn't have to deal with that because that other person wasn't even supposed to be here. Okay? Like, please, like, it's like Americans always have to come last for everybody for some reason.
So I think if you look at these issues in only an American context, they will seem unique. You know, I think the first thing to remember is this has always been a rite of passage in America. It's a terrible rite of passage. It's almost like a form of political hazing, but that's what America does.
Yes.
Right? When the Irish came, they were those criminals and they were the people who were making the country worse. And when the Polish came and when the Italians came and America's constantly had this legacy of, you know, othering and pointing. And then at some point, the people blend in and then there's a new version of what the other is.
You would think so.
You would think so, yeah, in many ways.
Well, don't forget, in Nazi Germany, the Jews were the scapegoats.
Exactly.
And that's what happened.
Bye. Okay? Like, please. This whole conversation just got on my nerve. We are not doing this, okay? Like, please. Because look, when people like Trevor Noah speaks, because I'm just going to fall back off of everything else, right? I do feel a certain kind of defense mode. You should, let me be careful, okay? But not really. You shouldn't be here. How dare you? What are you doing here if America's so bad and every time I turn around, you know, America's talking about this one and they're othering that one and this, that, and the third, and this is what America does, and you don't know anything about being an American. You don't. You come here, right, on some privileged, you know, like visa to go work on television to rag on the country that's hosting you. Right? And you're lucky that it's such an open system that you're allowed to do that, because in my America, I'd have got rid of you. I'd have been like, you gotta go. You gotta go. You can't sit here and talk like that. Not after I'm taking care of you. No, but seriously, right? These people, they're gonna come here and tell us how to be. You know, there's some days, I get it, especially, you know, being a product of, you know, family that is not obviously heritage Americans. Well, and I respect the heritage Americans. American establishment has done a lot around the world, has broken up a bunch of countries, and then we bring in refugees. And that's just a fact. So I get that. But then there are times like this, when I hear this guy speaking and being so divisive, you don't get the right to come here and talk trash and divide a country that you are not a product of. It just makes me sick. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.